Well, we are waiting for the participants to join. We'll start in next few minutes.
Hey, yo, guys, where is the host for today's evening?
I'm here.
Okay, I see the host. So, what are we going to be doing?
Well. It's an event on, it's a webinar from Geeks for Geeks. You know that
Oh,
site. We are
oh,
very
yeah, yeah,
familiar with it.
yeah. Geeks for Geeks, right?
Yes,
नाम सुना हुआ लग रहा है ना?
yes, because in online mode, it's the first place we go for codes and all assignments, right?
यहाँ है ना? असाइनमेंट मिल जाता है, फ्री का कॉपी करने भी मिल जाता है. एग्जाम में तो लाइक गीक्स फॉर गीक्स का टैब खुला होता है और एग्जाम का क्वेश्चन पेपर साइड में होता है कि नहीं?
Hmm.
Am I speaking right? We would like
Yes,
to know from our participants as well who are here present.
Yes.
Yeah. So then now we'll also have a speaker She's going to talk about the various courses also offered by Geeks for Geeks, which is like very useful for us. So सबको स्कीम
So,
मत बता. Oh my god. Okay, okay.
okay, so shall we begin then?
Yeah, I guess we can begin. Go ahead,
Sure.
Rikin.
Yes. A very good evening to one and all present here. Today, we mark the very first day of transmission for a webinar on data structures and algorithm. Data structures is a subject of utmost importance in coders' life, be it interview course preparation, competitive programming, or your daily industry jobs, be it web development, app development, data science, or any domain you can think of. Data structures are the core blocks of all fields in the industry. Before we start the event, let's first have a look at a video. Glenn, can you please play the video? Thank you so much, Glenn, for that. Well, Geeks for Geeks, as we know, is world's most trusted interview preparation portal for tech aspirants, including us. They have the biggest repository for tech content, and the daily traffic is 5 million. From delivering top-notch content from our writers, as well as valuable contribution from the students, and to imparting education via online courses, Geeks for Geeks plays a pivotal role in providing access to education to budding coders in India. Representing Geeks for Geeks, we have our today's speaker, Ms. Kriti Gera. She completed her studies from NIT Jamshedpur and is currently working as a course mentor at Geeks for Geeks, where she mainly teaches data structures and algorithm. And along with her is Mr. Akash from the sponsor team of Geeks for Geeks. Well, participants, we have a surprise. Well, it will be revealed later by the speaker. So sit back, relax, and without any further ado, let's begin the webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Hi, thank you so much. So, hello everyone, Kirti this side. So, in today's session, we will be discussing about DSA, like why DSA is important, or is it important or not, or what are the topics that you should do if you are targeting these companies. So, before starting with the session, let me introduce myself. So, Kirti this side. Currently, I'm working as a course mentor at Geeks for Geeks, where majorly I teach data structures and algorithms. Here, basically, I mentor students for product based companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Uber, Paytm, Swiggy, for these companies. And currently, I'm taking data structure classes at SRM University, where we have a syllabus of 10 weeks. For college or university students, we prepare them for these product based companies. Currently, I'm involved in this project, and I completed my studies from NIT Jamshedpur. Right, so this was all about myself. Now let's start with today's session. So before starting this session, just let me know your year, your branch, and have you started your DSA journey with yes or no, so that I can get an idea about the audience and we can take the flow of the session according to the audience we have. So just quickly let me know your year, your branch, and have you started your DSA journey with yes or no. Yes guys, I'm waiting for your response. Yes, guys. You are attending this session forcefully from your college side, or you are interested in your placements? Okay, third year started. Okay.
Ma'am, I am in first year and I have just started DSA.
Okay, okay.
Same, ma'am.
Okay, so we have students from first year, second year, from first year and third year. Okay. Okay. So just quickly let me know, have you started your DC journey? If you don't want to tell about your branch or year, you can just let me know. Have you started your DSA journey with yes or no? I think yes or no, you can reply.
No, ma'am.
No, okay. Okay, so guys, like since you entered into your college, you heard this term like DSA is important, DSA, do DSA, do coding. If you want to grab placement like in these companies like product based companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and if you want to grab these handsome salaries or at the time of your internship like 50K per month, 80K, 90K per month, 1 lakh per month, 1.5 lakhs per month, like Amazon provides 80K at the time of your internship. So if you want to grab these companies or these salaries, is DSA important? So guys, yes, DSA is must for grabbing placement at these companies as a fresher, as a SDE1. SDE1 means software developer engineer one. If you're targeting these companies, if you're targeting these salaries as a fresher before completion of your degree, or if you are in first year, you are targeting internship in your second year, or if you are from second year, you're targeting internship in your third year, or if you are from third or fourth year, you are targeting full time in these companies, then I would say DSA is must, right? Let me give you an example. So recently one of my students, she recently got into Google. So I was asking her interview experience, so she told me like she had 5 interview rounds there. One was coding assessment, as all companies have, and the other 4 rounds were technical rounds. Everything was online because of this COVID situation, and she had 90% of DSA question there, right? 90 to 95%, 5% questions from core subjects or like from other things. Okay, so now you can imagine the power of DSA. You can imagine the importance of DSA. Like Google is dream company for most of us. Okay, everyone wants to join Google. So if Google is asking DSA, so now you can imagine the interview for other companies. So guys, DSA is most important part for your interview. Is most important part like for your placements, right? So next question is, what is DSA? Like many of you already know, but many of you, those who don't know, those who are new to DSA, or maybe if you are if you are forcefully in this session, I know in my college also we need to forcefully. I attended so many sessions, but trust me, some of were very very beneficial for me. Maybe this session would also be beneficial for me. I'll try. So what is DSC? Okay, so before moving forward, can you give me access for sharing my screen? I'm not able to share my screen.
Yeah, ma'am, 1 sec.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Try now.
Yeah, I'm able to share. I'm just sharing my
Yeah.
screen. Okay. Yeah, where I was asking, what is DSA? So guys, DSA is data structures and algorithm. Data structure means we have some structures for storing the data for a given problem. For example, arrays are there, linked list is there, trees are there. So data structure means there are some structures for storing the data. They are pre-implemented. Like you will use the structures, that structures, while solving problem for storing the input or the values you have. Okay, an algorithm means you are solving a task by following some steps. So guys, there are some pre-implemented data structures like arrays, tracks, queues, DQ, trees, etc., and there are some pre-implemented algorithms like linear search, binary search, insertion sort, quick sort, bubble sort. So we need to learn them, we need to understand them, and we need to train our mind that how I can solve the given problem with the help of using data structures and algorithm that I learned. Right? Data structure means you are learning some concepts, you are understanding them, okay, and you are training to your mind that how I can solve the given problem using learned data structures and algorithm. This is data structure algorithm. Like data structure is not a subject that I can just learn and I can put out in front of my interview. Data structure is a training that you give to your mind. That's why companies own data structure, because when you will start working in company, you will become Android developer, you will become web development, you will become you will be doing work, you will be working in machine learning, right? You will be working on different technologies. You would never say that I'm working on data structures. Okay, in companies, you would not be able to work on data structure. Like when we were preparing for IITs, if you prepared, we prepared maths, okay, maths, physics, chemistry. But when we entered into IIT, we never used that things, but the concepts we used, right? So similarly, why companies are asking for DSA coding, CP, because they want trained minds, so that you can get problem, you can understand problem, and you can find solution for complex problems. They want that their product in the market should be best. Their product in this competitive market should be best. So for that, they want trained minds, right? So that's why they need DSA. So DSA is a training, not a subject, and that can come by practice. For example, if I'm if I want to participate in weightlifting contest, okay, let's suppose there I need to lift 70 kg, let's suppose. So I cannot start a lift direct, I cannot lift directly. Okay, today I cannot lift 70 kg, maybe I can lift 30 kg or 20 kg. So daily I'll practice it. Let's suppose today I'm able to lift 20 kg. So maybe after 2 days I'll lift 25 kg, because when I started this happened. Okay, after daily you will increase your weight, right? So DSA is same. It's a practice, it's a training for your mind. Daily you will solve questions, you will learn from questions, and you will analyze things at the end. When you will have contest, when you will have your interview, you will play there, right? So that was some points about data structure, like basics. So now let's start with like roadmap to DSA, I could say. So for starting with DSA, first of all we need a language, right? Because you can implement data structure with the help of language only. So this is, I can say, prerequisite for data structure. So you can start with C, you can start with C++, you can start with Java, you can start with Python, right? You can start with any language. So every language is best. I have seen many students, they ask like which language is best, which language I should start with, which language is preferable in interviews, right? So guys, every language is best, every language is preferable in interviews, but yes, C is not preferable in interviews. Why? Because C lacks many concepts. Like we don't have STL, we don't have object oriented concepts in C. So C is not preferable in interviews. But if you already learned C, or if you are learning C, or if you are thinking to start with C, that would fine, because C and C++ both are 90 to 95% same, right? So you can switch to C++ very easily if you know C. So now in a language, what we will do, we will start with basics, introductions, variables, how to declare variable, how to initialize variable, how what is constant variable, how to make a variable constant, what is static variables, scope of variables, right? How variables get memory, these basic things about variables. And then operators, available operators for particular language, operators precedence, and then if else, and then functions, and then loops. Okay, in if else, in flow control we have if statement, if else statement, if else ladder, functions, how to declare a function, how to call function, and a basics about function, right? And then we have loops, we have for loop, do while loop. So for loop is it's the loop you will be using for loop from 90 to 95% of the questions. And then we have arrays, strings, pointers, reference variables, structure. You don't need to do this for now, right? So these are the basic topics, and also input and output statement. So these are the basic topics that we need for starting with DSA. right? So now after this we will be moving to DSA. So guys, there is a one thing I can say between language and your DSA, that is called implementation skills, right? Let's suppose a question is given. Let's suppose a question is given. You are given four variables, right? And you need to take input from the user, and you need to count how many variables have even value. So for that, what we will be doing, we will be just firstly hash include file and then int main, and then I'll take four variables, and then I'll take input from user, and then I'll take a count variable. Let's name it number of even. Okay, yeah, or even numbers. I'll initialize it with 0, and I'll make a function in each. In that function, I'll pass these four values one by one, and this function will check whether it's even or not. If function will return true, I'll just increment my even number, and at that I'll just print my even number. Okay, so this is a flow of the program. Okay, so now in this program two things are there. One is logic. Okay, if it is given to me that you are given four numbers, then you need to count the even number. So logic is this: I need to check every number whether it is divisible by or not, because if a number is divisible by 2, I can say it is even. This is logic. And this is the code that I told you: int main, four variables, and then I'll make a function. So there are two things: logics and implementation. Logics you will get by DSA questions, by doing the DSA questions, but implementation part you should know before starting with DSA. You can learn with DSA also, but then you need to struggle a lot, I could say, right? So now for this implementation skills, what we should do: when you are learning language, now don't just learn it, practice it side by side, right? Let's suppose when you are just give me a second. Okay, so let's suppose you are learning variables. So write a program in which you are declaring variables, initializing variables, printing variables, taking input from the user. Similarly, operators. Okay, learn operator. Try to write program in which you are like taking examples for operators, and then if else statements. So try to take examples and try to perform if else. Okay, and then functions, and then practice questions on loops. Okay, so it will help you for implementing, because I have seen many students, they are struggling in implementation skills. I myself also personally, when I started with DSA, I like faced a lot of like difficulty because of this implementation skill. I don't know from where I should write if statement, where I should write for loop, where I should write this and this. So these all are come under implementation skills. So the solution is that whenever you are learning these topics, just practice questions also. Okay, 5 to 10 questions for each topic. Like for variables you just need one program, for operators you need 2 to 3 programs, for flow if else statement you need 5 to 6 programs, for functions you need 4 to 5 programs, for loops you need 10 to 12 programs. So practice these. Okay, so now after this, for getting the basics of logic, like what is logic, how to make logic, because we are new to this. Okay, we know nothing. Many people assume that if we are doing coding, we already knew many concepts. No, because we are new to coding. So now for getting the taste of logics, how to make logics. Okay, what is logic making? I would suggest everyone start with pattern printing. Start with pattern printing, right? And like star patterns are there, alphabet patterns are there. And how you can, or from where you can get this pattern, there is a book named See in Depth. There is a book named See in Depth. I'm writing book name in chat books. Just give me a second. Yeah, I'm just writing book name in chat book. See in Depth book is there. See in Depth, and chapter number is fourth or fifth. Yeah, it's fifth. So fifth chapter is there. Just go to that chapter and practice pattern at least 12 to 15 or 10 at least. Okay, 12 to 15, or if you don't want to practice this much, at least 10, right? Practice pattern printing, right? So it will like base a build for you that how things work. And also if you have doubt, like if I'm doing if else, how to, from where I should get question. So again, from this book, see in depth. Like you are if you're learning C, then this book is in C. But if you are learning C++ or Java, you can just take questions and you can implement in your language, right? But implementation skills are must, guys. So now next we are starting with data structures. First is arrays. We will be start with arrays, array basics, input output in arrays, and 20 to 25 questions in arrays. Okay, and guys, please don't do this mistake. Like every time you are just doing easy questions, and whenever you are encountering medium question, you are thinking that I'll do it later. Trust me, that data will never come. Okay, that data will come after your placement. When you will get rejected in your first company, then you will think, okay, I should learn something, I should do something. So instead of failing in interview, okay, start it now. Whenever you are facing a problem that you are not able to solve, that's fine. Okay, this has happened with everyone. I also myself have seen many solutions. Okay, so whenever you are not able to solve a question, try to take the solution, try to understand it, forcefully understand it, and try to map your thinking. This is what they are doing, this is what I was thinking. It will help you a lot in enhancing your problem solving skills, right? So arrays 20 to 25 questions, and then we will be moving to hashing. So guys, hashing is very important for interviews because it helps you for optimizing your code. Like if your code is working in off n cube, it can optimize to off n square, and if it is working in off n square, it can optimize to off n, right? So hashing basics, we have sets, ordered set, unordered set, ordered map, unordered map, and 5 to 6 questions in hashing. That is enough. And then we'll be moving to searching and sorting algos. So in searching algo, you will be doing linear search and binary search, linear search and binary search. And then you will be moving to sorting algos. So guys, we have many sorting algos, but you just need to do 5 sorting algos: insertion sort, bubble sort, selection sort, merge sort, quick sort. Right? Let me repeat these names: selection sort, bubble sort, quick sort, merge sort, and selection sort. Okay, let me explain again. I got confused. Selection sort, insertion sort, bubble sort, they are n square algos, and then n log n algos are quick sort and merge sort. These 5 algos you need to do. And after this searching and sorting algos, you would be solving searching and sorting questions, like 5 to 6 questions on binary search, and 6 to 8 questions on sorting. Okay, and next we will be moving to recursion after sorting. So guys, many students, they find recursion hard, but trust me, recursion is not hard. It's just a game of practice and proper strategy. And recursion is important also. So in recursion, you would be doing basics of recursion. What is recursion, how it works, how a function can call itself, basics. And very basic questions, like you need to print n natural numbers with the help of recursion, or you need to find the sum of 1 to n natural numbers with the help of recursion. And next question can be find factorial of a number with the help of recursion. And next question could be find the sum of the digits of a given number. So these are the very basic questions of recursion that you need to do, and after that leave recursion here, right? So we will come back to recursion after doing some topics. So now next is linked list. So we will be starting with linked list structure, right? And the basic operations in linked list: insertion, deletion, updation, and 8 to 10 standard questions in linked list. Standard question means the questions are already asked in many companies, or they are famous questions. That is, the pattern would be same. You can get different question in your interview, but the pattern would be same. Like you would be able to solve the question if you already had similar question done, right? So now next is circular linked list. So in circular linked list, you would be doing basics, okay, and after this you would be doing 5 to 6 questions. And the difference between circular linked list and linked list is that in linked list, last node is pointing to null, but in circular linked list, last node is pointing to head instead of pointing to null, right? 5 to 6 question in circular linked list. And then we have doubly linked list. So basics, insertion, deletion, updation, basic operation, and then 5 to 6 questions are enough. And the difference between linked list and doubly linked list is that in linked list you just have only one pointer that is pointing to next node. But in doubly linked list you have two pointers, one is pointing to next node and one is pointing to previous node, right? And next we have stack. So guys, stack is very important for interview. Stack basics, basic operation, like how stack works. For each data structure, you would be doing basics of that data structure, right? Basics of data structure and properties of that data structure, and then basic operations. For example, in stack, like we can add or delete only at the top of the stack. If you want to add element, you can just add the top. Okay, if you want to delete, you can just delete top element only, right? So now next in stack you would be doing 4 to 5 questions. What is pop operation, what is top operation, 4 to 5 questions. And next we have queues. So again in queues, firstly about data structure, basic about data structure, and then insertion, deletion, updation, and then 4 to 5 questions. Okay, and next we have DQ. So guys, DQ is not much important, but maybe you can child, what is right child structure. And then you will be doing 3 traversals. Firstly, you will be doing 3 traversals: insertion, deletion, updation. In these 3 traversal, okay, 3 traversals are in order, post order, pre order. So you will be doing like if you will do these 3 traversal, insertion, deletion, updation will be done, right? So 3 traversal, insertion, delete, 3 traversal, pre order, post order, and we have in order. So now if you will see the code now of these 3 traversals, we have very small code, like for 4 to 5 lines. Let me show you. Let me show you. Just give me a second. Yeah, here we have. So we have 3 traversals: post order, pre order, and in order. So if I'll show you the code is very small for these traversal. Okay, so this is post order code. We have just 5 lines. If I'll remove comments, or if I'll remove this condition, like if I'll not count this condition, we just have 3 lines. Okay, you can cram these lines also. The same function we are calling left and right. Okay, but how you need to do these traversals, you would be taking at least 3 example for post order, at least 3 example for pre order, and 3 example for in order, and you would be doing dry run. Okay, trust me, if you would do in this way, 40 to 50% of trees are done for you, because with this you will understand the backend working, and that backend working is very important to understand for solving questions, right? So don't just do this thing. Okay, this is we are calling that, that's all. No, take at least 3 example if you seriously want to understand trees part. right? So after these three traversals, you would be doing level loaded traversal, and in level loaded traversal, you would be taking two examples and then code part, right? And after trees, we have and after this traversal and level loaded traversal, you would do 20 to 25 questions of binary tree, and that should be mixture of easy and medium, and also for each question you would be doing dry run of at least one example, right? Even if it is easy to solve, then also sorry, then also at least one example. And then we have binary search tree. So binary search tree is very important for interviews. Again, 20 to 25 questions. Firstly, structure and then some properties we have for BST, and then 20 to 25 questions. Okay. After this, we have heap. So heap or predicate both are same. This is trending topic nowadays. So firstly, structure, how it works, basics, not structure, basics, properties, and then heap sort, and then 5 to 6 questions, right? So after trees, now guys, we will move back again to recursion, because after solving tree question, it is easy for you to solve recursion question. Why? Because in tree also you have used recursion. This is recursion. See, just give me a second. This is recursion. Okay, we are calling same function. We are just passing its right child, and then we are calling same function by passing its left child. Okay, but this recursion, the recursion you are using in trees, is much easier than the actual recursion question, right? So that's why firstly trees, and then we will be moving to recursion. Now it would be easy for you to solve recursion questions. So 20 to 25 recursion questions, okay, would be enough. And now after trees and backtracking, it would be easy for you to solve. After solving trees and recursion, it would be easy for you to solve backtracking questions. Okay, so you would be solving 20 to 25 backtracking questions, right? So now guys, we are done with all data structures. We are remaining with two, graphs and DP. You can do graphs after DP also, before DP also, that is up to you. But after solving trees, recursion, backtracking, now it would be easy for you to solve graph and DP questions, right? So firstly, let's talk about graph questions. In graph question, you would be doing DFS, BFS, depth first search and breadth first search, right? And 15 questions of both, 10 to 15, 10 to 15. And now let's come to graph algorithms. So guys, if you are targeting companies up to 10 LPA, then DFS and BFS would be enough. But if you're targeting companies 10 plus LP, then I would say do graph algos, right? And now next is DP. So guys, DP is very important. If a company is giving you 7 plus LP, then for sure the company is going to ask DP, right? So in DP, first 20 question using recursion and memoization. First 20 question you would be solving using recursion and memoization. Then you would move to DP tables. And next 60 question at least you would solve using DP tables. So at least 80 question in DP, not at the most, it's at least 80 question, because DP needs like more practice than other data structure, right? So guys, that was all from my side about DSA. Now it's your turn. If you have any doubt, you can ask to me. And also let me tell you about this course. This is a CIP course, right? So this is CIP course, complete interview preparation. So this course is like contain everything. We have firstly resume, language, and then data structures, STL, data structures, core subjects we have, aptitude and reasoning we have, and it also contains the syllabus, like first year students like planner. Okay, if you are from first year student, then this is scheduled for you. In week 1 you need to do this and so on, right? This is first year. And if you are from second year, then for you plan is this, you should follow this plan. And also guys, you can see we just need to work for 6 days. Okay, you will have off for week, like 1 week. Okay, just kidding. So plan is there for you, right? Similarly, for third and final year students, we have. So, and one more course is there, DSA self-paced. If you don't want to get these things, if you don't want to prepare for language or like you just want to prepare for DSA only, then DSA self-paced course is there. Okay, instructor is Sandeep Jain, sir, CEO of Geeks for This. You can go for that course also, right? So, guys, that was all from my side. Now it's your turn, and also there is a giveaway in this session. Like I'll select one student, and to that student we will give or share coupon or course. Okay, to that student I'll share that name to your college. So now it's up to you. If you have any doubt, you can just ask me, guys.
If you have a question,
Yes.
Omkar Parab, he's saying that he's from non-CS branch and has just started with Python. So can you follow along with this course?
Just give me a second. Just give me a second.
Yeah.
What you are saying? Okay, ma'am, I'm from non-CSC branch. I need started with Python. Yes, Omkar, you can follow. You can follow.
Actually, ma'am, from where I was learning the Python, there was more focus for data engineering. So, as in, I'm comfortable with Dick's tuples, list of tuples, and also, that as in, does it have something to do with DSA?
You are not audible, Omkar.
Hello.
Yes, now you are audible.
Yeah, so the source from where I was learning Python was more focused on data engineering. So
Okay.
what I learned was more focused on accessing elements from list of tuples or list of dicts and various other permutation and combinations. So does that have any correlation with this DSA?
Yes. Like you will implement your DSA with using these. Okay, you can move to DSA now.
Okay.
Yes. How to start DSA for first time? Shirish, that was all the session was about. So, firstly, start with language. Okay, and max to max 30 days on a language. Don't spend months of month. Max to max 20 to 25 days, and then start with your DSA after that. But make sure that with language you are doing questions also, right? And start with arrays, Shailesh.
Thank you,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
how much,
Okay.
ma'am, how much time should a person dedicate to DSA? Means ideally.
Okay, 2 to 3 hours. Okay, we don't need 15 hours. We don't need day and night. Okay, just 2 to 3 hours. Start with 2 to 3 hours. And even if you are not able to start with that, start with 1 hour. Even if you are not, you cannot give 1 hour, start with 30 minutes. And after some time, when you would start solving questions now, you don't need to ask to anyone how much time I should give. You will start giving by yourself. But 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, this much you can start with.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Python has many built-in functions. So, the code is also very short for Python compared to other languages. Is it always okay to use Python that functions?
Yes, that is okay to use, but the thing is that you should know the backend working, okay, at least basics. And one more thing, guys, whenever you are using STL or these functions, okay, in your interview, you should ask to your interview because you are going there for solving complex problem around their product. So they want that whenever you're solving a problem, you should be able to gather information from the user. You would not assume anything, right? So ask to your interview and then implement.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. And how many days will it take to revise for revision? It just take 1 to 2 months. If you are new, like you are doing it from starting 6 to 8 months, but if you are revising things, then 1 to 2 months are enough. If you are once done with your DS.
Ma'am, there's
Hi.
one more question from Anshvita Pereira. It's, ma'am, which programming language should I start with, Python or Java? I am confused.
Java.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So I think we are done with the session.
Participants, any more question? Ma'am, one more we have question.
Okay, previously when I was surfing from material for DS, it was thinking about calculating. Yes, Omkar, there is one more topic, how to calculate complexity of the code that I forgot to cover. I think how you need to do that. Firstly, just get the basics. How to calculate time complexity, space complex, just basics, and practice very simple problems. You can watch any video on YouTube and you can get from there. And then whenever you are solving question, for each question try to find out its time complexity and space complexity. Okay, that will help you a lot. When can we consider JavaScript? Yes, you can consider, but that is not like used much. Many companies doesn't allow. Ma'am, can you send course details in group? Just give me a second. Just give me a second. If I okay. I'm not able to get that. I'm not able to get the link, course link. I'm just writing. I'm just writing the course name, right? You can search, you can find easily. Let's write it CIP, complete interview preparation. Should I prefer C cover other languages for DSA? You can use C or any other language, okay? But C is not preferable in interviews, okay? But no worries, you can switch to C++ very easily if you know C. If you will ask my suggestion, I would suggest start with C++. It is always necessary to have optimized code. Yes, not always. You will learn this thing by doing questions, okay, by learning techniques. Okay, and many questions are there, like which cannot be optimized if you already don't know. So for that question, there are exceptional cases, right? So just give me yes. We are done with the session, or more questions we have?
Ma'am, there's one more question. It's by Simran. Why, ma'am, should we start with Java?
Why? Because many companies doesn't allow Python. Many companies, okay. Like most of the companies already, like many companies allow, but some companies doesn't allow. And also, Pythons have so many built-in functions, so it's not possible for you to know the backend of every function. So that's why I suggested Java.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there are a few more questions in the chat box.
Okay, ma'am, how to reduce time complexity of arrays code? Okay. So Shubham, for arrays, we have some techniques like two-pointer technique, sliding window technique, right? So by learning and hashing, most important. Okay, so learn these techniques, okay? By practicing question, you will get to know how to reduce time complexity. This is the most important thing, time complexity reduction, okay? And that you can get by learning new concepts simultaneously by solving problems, okay? Whenever you are encountering a question that you are not able to solve, so we generally leave that question. I'll come later and I'll do it later. That later will never come, guys. Trust me, right? So whenever you are not able to solve a question, firstly see which topic you need for that question, learn that topic and then solve that question. Even if after learning that topic you are not able to solve this question, take solution, but at least you will get a hint at how to solve a problem, and you will like you got new topic. This is how you can improve your time complexity. Okay, ma'am, is time complexity? Yes. Time complexity always asked in interviews, always. GFG also provides structure blocks of data structure. So question I yes, everything is there, Anuj. Everything is there. Okay, if you are not able to purchase course, that's fine, free. Everything is free. Okay, Geeks for Geeks. Ma'am, for how long course is valid? Lifetime? Says yes, yes. Geeks for Geeks, all courses are lifetimes. Ma'am, Code Studio and GFG is best. Yes, yes, yes. Ma'am, Python is dynamic language compared to Java. So why people refer Java? Because many companies doesn't allow Python. Ronix. Many companies doesn't allow Python. So for that, we generally prefer C++ or Java, and Python more is for machine learning. Okay, so I think we are done. Does farm companies allow? Yes, yes, some companies. Okay, that depends on the interviewer, or that depends on the job profile they are. What should I prefer, YouTube tutorials or books? YouTube tutorials, not books, not books. Is there any link for the course? Just search CIP course. Just search for the CIP course. You would get it. Okay, or just give me a second. Let me check.
Ma'am, you can share the link with us, and the team would share it with the participants on the group.
Okay, so we can do that also. I'll share to you.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there's another doubt in the chat box by Shubham.
Just give me a second.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find out the link, and I'm thinking that I should share now because many of you are asking. I'm getting link, but I'm already enrolled in that course now. So that's why if I share that link, you would not be able to open. So that's why. Okay, so let's move to queries. I'll share to you. Okay. Okay, the course link is in chat box, guys. Ma'am, nowadays companies ask for a training for Snowflake. What is it exactly and why it's preferred? I don't know about Snowflake. I need to check. I don't know much about Snowflake, frankly speaking. And like for if I'll talk about like product-based companies, you are just going to get DSC questions and CP questions. Okay, not more than that. Ma'am, your current score is ma'am, your current score is 45, and I'm not. Your current score is 45. Score. I don't know about Shivam. What you are saying? Okay, so I think we are done with the session because I have another session scheduled at it. Okay, how much importance does competitive coding have in interviews? So Arjun, DSA is not a subject; it's a training that we give to your mind. Okay, CP helps you in that training. Right, in CP you will solve questions, and you will take participate in contest. So CP helps you in that training. Okay, but in your companies you would be getting DSC questions. Yes, some companies are there 5 to 10%. For example, Tower Research is there, Coordination is there. They ask CP questions, but most of the companies, 90 to 95% companies, they ask DSC questions. And yes, guys, if you are from first or second year, I'll like suggest to explore CP, right? CP, explore it once. It will help you a lot.
Okay, ma'am. So I think we are done with the questions. So once I'd like to proceed with a vote of thanks. Once again, a good evening to one and all present here on behalf of the transmission team. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this webinar. I would like to thank Ms. Katie Gera for not only sparing a valuable time, but also for enlightening everyone present here with a commendable talk on the subject. Thank you for clearing the concepts and enhancing our understanding for difficult subjects like data structure and algorithm. I would also like to thank Mr. Akash from the sponsor team. Our speaker and our team have indeed put their best efforts to make this technical event a success. Thank you once again, but sadly, we are running out of time, but are satisfied that we are departing with valuable knowledge. Thank you,
Yes.
ma'am, sir, and
Uh,
also to all the participants present here. Thank you,
yes.
ma'am.
And also one more thing, guys, like if you are not able to ask your doubts here, you can connect to me on LinkedIn and you can ask your doubts there. Okay, I'm always ready to help you. And one more thing, the winner that I winner name is Omkar. Okay, sorry, I want to give course to everyone, but I am bounded to select only one student. So Omkar, okay. Our team will
Ma'am,
share.
can you share your LinkedIn ID?
Anujit, you can just write Kirti Gira and put Geeks for Geeks or NIT Jamshedpur. You will find my profile. Or I'll share to team. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll share it.
Hi, ma'am. Omkar here. Thank you for the course.
Okay, Omkar. Okay. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Recording stop.